In a world of toxic productivity and everybody always have something going on, I feel like I'm not doing enough with my morning routine. Right now, I find my morning routine to, some may say, suck. I always find myself feeling anxious, attached to my phone, and always itching for that next hit of dopamine. As somebody who is absolutely tired of letting their phone and social media ruin their mornings and dictate their days, I am here to start testing out some viral morning routines that I have seen on social media. Yes, I am on social media too much, but I am using it in a productive way, which is helping me to become a better person. I am testing 2 morning routines. Everybody has seen that 6 a.m. that girl routine. It's all over Pinterest, it's all over social media. And on the opposite end, I found a morning routine for lazy girls over here on YouTube to see if I really need the bare bones minimum of a morning routine for me to feel like I'm ready to have a good day. Good morning. I have not seen 6 a.m. in so long. There's not a thought in my head right now. I feel like me waking up early is always something I want to do in the morning, but I just can never get my body to do it. And for some reason, I feel very awake right now. I don't know if it's because I turned my hatch up to like 75%. It was loud and it kind of scared me because it was so loud, or because I took a nap yesterday. The world may never know, but I'm awake, 6 o'clock, and I cannot ponder upon this much longer because I will go back to sleep. I feel like something all routines have that I've seen go viral, get really popular. Like, they all have the same step: drink water in the morning. So I am determined to drink this entire glass. Why do we wait so long to brush our teeth? I'm getting a lot of morning breath water taste right now, and it's killing me. I will say I did have a water bottle upstairs that I could have just drank out of, but I think having a reason to get up out the bed, it's more reason to get up and come down to the kitchen. I love my green kitchen. You guys can't really see, but I love my green kitchen. And I feel like coming down to the kitchen to get water is just the reason for me to get out of my room, because if not, we're gonna be in there all morning. I'll go back to sleep. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go back to sleep and then we're all gonna be disappointed. It's literally so early. I went to go wake up my dog to take him out because, like, if I'm up, I'm gonna take him out. And he sighed and rolled his eyes at me and went back to sleep. So I guess you can say Cashew's not a morning person. I'm really mentally preparing myself to meditate for the first time since Chief Keef of Sosa, I don't know when. Meditating has become something I've always wanted to integrate within my morning routine, but I've never found the perfect place to put it. And as I'm getting older and realizing that I really do just need sometimes 5 to 10 minutes of silence, it doesn't have to be that hard. It's something I definitely want to integrate within my morning or night routine. I just haven't found the proper place for it yet. First official notes. The second round of sleepiness is kicking in, so I'm too comfortable, I'm too light, I'm too in tune and present. It's like the dead middle of winter, so me opening my blinds doesn't really do anything, but I can turn on some lights. Same illusion, right? I bought this ice roller with the intention of icing my face in the mornings when I wake up a little bit earlier, just to deep puff. And I'm so scared to use it because it's so cold. So this is my first time ice rolling. We have to ice the face. We have to ice the face. Good morning. I can actually see you now. This is probably ironically gonna be the favorite part of the morning routine. I have these Peter Thomas Roth luxury gold under eye patches that they sent. And when I check the price on these, they better be real gold in these eye patches, because what? I really want to brush my teeth. I really hope that's up next on the list, because this morning breath, I feel like I've just been spewing fire at you this entire time. I never know the proper way to put these on, so I just do the small side inwards. I don't know if that's actually how you're supposed to do it, but that's how I always do it. Considering I'm always right, it probably is how you do it. No, I'm kidding. I think it depends on what part of your eye you're trying to treat. I just put this on because it's more comfortable. And I'm always right, so cute. Am I that girl? I've been that girl. Morning routine or not, I've been that girl. Simple. Do I do any of the that girl habits? No. Am I still that girl? Duh. Oh my gosh, I did eye mask before skincare. I'm not that girl anymore. We're going to be using Glass Skin Refining Serum from Peach and Lily because it sounds really good around the eye patches. Probably could do all this stuff that I have done within like 30 minutes, but I am talking throughout, so it's taking me a little bit longer. On a regular day, I could probably have all this done by like 6:30. That's including a 10-minute meditation. I mean, I feel like I've done so much today already. Like, ooh, I'm gonna need a nap. I don't wash my face in the morning. I noticed when I stopped washing my face in the morning, my skin health got better. I've been having like chronically dry skin the past couple months due to the weather, and it hasn't been fun. I don't want to add more moisture snatching face wash to my routine to make it worse. Now we have to go back downstairs for the 3rd time today. I think it's an appropriate time to take these off. Am I rejuvenated? My age just showed, I'm sorry. On a scale of 1 to Aaliyah, what's your issue? How upset would you be if I said 1, I don't have a gym membership right now, and 2, I don't have a Pilates studio membership right now? We will do some sorts of yoga poses and stretching to release any tension I have in my body, which I want to implement and do that without a membership anywhere. Hopefully next time we speak about my healthy habits and health and wellness journey, I'll have a membership somewhere. If you thought we were done, I do too. And then I looked at the list and I saw 3 more to-dos to check off for the routine. Almost as if this is a never-ending routine with too many tasks that is unattainable for most people, and that's why it seems desirable. So many things in a little amount of time, it's like, wow, that's impressive. But looking at it and accomplishing it is absolutely unrealistic and deranged, because how have I been doing this for almost 3 hours now and I'm still not done? Quiet screams. Let's bring them back. It's time for my favorite part of the morning. It's time to make a beverage, and I kinda wanna make a hot coffee today. It is so freaking cold. That's the only acceptable drink that I can have today. And it's officially time for the last step of the morning routine, which is reading. I started reading How to Heal Toxic Thoughts by Sandra Ingerman last night, just because I'm kind of in that era of my life where I just want to be at peace, very calm. I know I'm doing fine, but I always want to do better. I'm not a self-help person. So if you're new here, please don't think I'm boring and I only read self-help, because I don't. I love a good fiction novel, okay, specifically YA. I just picked this up because it's a quick read and I want to get back into reading. What better way to do that than with a quick read that, not that I'm mindlessly reading, but I don't really have to think too much about because of how short it is, and it's very straight to the point because it is self-help. After finishing this morning routine, I realized, hey, I actually feel pretty good right now. I finished this morning routine feeling super light, refreshed, and really energized for the day. In fact, after waking up at 6 a.m., I didn't take a single nap like I thought I was going to throughout that day, and I was able to do a commercial shoot, meet up with a friend, and then go out to dinner with some other friends all on the same day without feeling tired until about 10 o'clock that night. I definitely think the list of tasks being spread out into each individual item instead of grouping it was a little bit counterproductive and made the routine feel a lot more intimidating than it actually was. because I noticed instead of it being listed out like this, I think I would condense it down into categories / subcategories of things that could be done. So instead of saying skincare and then eye mask, you can just do skincare, and then within skincare you could wash your face in the shower, you can do your eye mask, and then of course, like instead of saying putting on light makeup, shower, getting dressed, you could just say getting ready for the day. It really could be simplified and toned down into different things, and then also it makes it a little bit more broad, so depending on how you feel that day, it could be a little bit more catered to you. There were 5,000 things for me to do, so I literally had no time to focus on my phone. When I tell you there was so many to-dos, I mean, you guys saw the list. There were so many to-dos throughout the morning routine that I did not have any time to sit and appeal to my social media and phone addiction. The only time I was looking on my phone was to see what I absolutely had to do next, and a way that I could have avoided getting on my phone at all was just putting the routine as my lock screen, so I could have just turned it on, checked it, and went about my morning. But I didn't think about that till afterwards. So I really enjoyed how much stuff was in this morning routine because it allowed me to have so many things to do and feel so almost sprawled out. I didn't have time to focus on my phone. Now it's time to go ahead and talk about the opposite side of the spectrum with the morning routine for lazy girls. Today we're following this little lovely morning routine right here, and I am a little nervous just because it allows me to be human. And I don't know if that's a good idea for my morning routine, but we're gonna try to see how it goes anyway. Starting this morning routine for lazy people honestly has me a little bit shook. Having no sense of direction definitely freaked me out, and it definitely had me feeling a little bit off about this routine. Now that we've done two something, it's time to do skincare, but first I need to be given the gift of sight. I actually have a contact appointment that I completely forgot about in an hour, and I don't have any more right contacts on me. The other ones are in my coat, which are in my car, and outside is below freezing. So I might just have to be thugging it with the right eye only today. So in this morning routine, she doesn't get dressed, but I do have somewhere to be, and as much as I would love to not get dressed today, because the person who made this morning routine does not really get dressed for work or to be at home, I'm gonna put some clothes on. So it's not like getting dressed, I'm just changing. I'm sorry, I still have things to do outside of this. It's supposed to snow tomorrow. I have to go get groceries. Like, oh, like this, oh. We are layering up. It's that cold. It's freezing outside. I'm not playing with y'all today. I think taking things slow can be really beneficial for some, but extremely detrimental to others. And it's weird finding that balance. And it's actually very hard to find that balance. As somebody who knows their limits and what I can and can't do on a daily basis, rotting is really only productive for me when it's used as the reset method and not a daily task. So when I was looking into doing this morning routine, it really scared me because considering we are in peak seasonal sad times, I was really worried about this rotting hour that the original routine had given us, and let's just say I did in fact not follow directions for this one. I'm sorry, but I'm not sitting and doing nothing for an hour. As much as I would love to follow this morning routine down to almost a T, I think sitting and doing nothing and having a moping hour will do more harm than good, because that will turn into me going from 1 hour to 2 hours to 4 hours to 6 hours, and then the full day of which I have things to do nothing. I know myself, and if I give myself an inch, I'm taking a mile, and I don't think that'll be good for my mental. I know being bored is really good for one's attention span. Being bored allows amazing things to be created. It also helps with screen time and being away from them and getting used to that. I know for a fact, as somebody who is diagnosed with a mental illness, sitting and having a moping hour is not available to my time slot as well as good for me. You know what is good for me? Taking a Tylenol, because my head hurts. I don't know if I just drank too much caffeine yesterday. I didn't drink enough water post my that girl routine. That glass of water was the only water I had yesterday. I wonder I need to drink more water in the morning, because how am I going about my day? That's the only water I'm drinking. Before you get any ideas, this is not what it looks like. I have never been able to take pills, and this probably isn't a good idea to do this before me when I can't do anything because I can only see out of one eye. I have never been good at taking pills. I crush them between 2 spoons. That's why I said don't get any ideas. A lot of people can't stand the chalky taste of the pill, but if I can't take them whole, I kind of have no choice. Shortly after starting my errands for the day, starting with going to the eye doctor, and yes, your girl has 20/20 vision, I know you're jealous. I noticed that up until this point, although I pretty much had gotten ready for the day, I did not feel prepared or excited or like I was actually ready for the day. It felt like I was just going about this hamster wheel of things that I just did in the morning, and I honestly could not recall anything special that I did. I don't know if it was because it was the bare bones things, but the highlight of my morning was easily the sushi that I got from Publix for breakfast, because it's not a good routine if there's not something stupid in it, and that's something I definitely want to implement in my future routine. Hello! I'm back home and I'm ready to get started with my work day, and this includes using the Pomodoro method and setting up these things called text blocks so I can text people back. Pomodoro is great. I am not new to using her. If you don't know what Pomodoro is, it's basically a work productivity study method where you work for 25 minutes and then take 5 minutes off. This time around, I can't just sit and check socials. I actually have to get up and move around in order to utilize the 5-minute breaks in a way that makes sense. After finishing this morning routine, I found myself feeling so tired and sluggish to the point where I didn't even feel like I kind of got out of bed. I feel like it was a combination of me just kind of not doing what I typically do in the mornings, because typically my morning routine usually always started with me showering and throwing on clothes. Even if it's loungewear or a set like this, I always had something on. Me just having the lack of like getting ready definitely made me feel like I was still kind of in rest and sleep mode. Even going into my work routine, I didn't feel like I had the ability to focus, and I just didn't feel 100% in it like I normally do, or compared to when I did my 6 a.m. morning routine. I feel like I could definitely see this type of morning routine working when I have a high anxiety day, or I'm just in the middle of a lower depressive episode, and you know, just to get myself out of the bed. But the problem with that, in my opinion, for me personally, is that it can get me out the bed and get the ball rolling, but I don't think it's going to be able to keep the ball rolling to keep me on the looking up when it comes to getting out of a bad mental health episode like that. When it came to starting my morning routine, I started with my 2 favorite things: loosening up my body and brushing my teeth, just so I can tackle the day and don't feel as stiff as in hibernation mode as I was when I was sleeping. I truly think my biggest beef, both the morning routines we've done so far, nobody wants to brush their teeth as soon as they get up. And that's like a personal thing. I cannot get this open. I refuse to wait that long to brush my teeth. And it's not because my morning breath is necessarily bad. I use TheraBreath. It should not be bad at all. I just don't like to wait that long to at least feel like one part of me is fresh and clean. I think something a lot of morning routines get wrong is that people also make morning routines based on their house layout. I'm sorry, but when I did the That Girl morning routine and I was up and down them stairs 3 times all before 9 a.m., absolutely not. So now I feel like I can do all my steps on, you know, their designated spaces or floors and all that without wearing myself down in the morning before I even get to do any type of work. Hence the reason we are icing, drinking water, all of that while we're already downstairs. Also, something that I have realized within this morning routine is that people either eat as soon as they wake up or they wait as long as they can before they have to make breakfast, and I am still trying to find that sweet spot. Right now I'm not hungry, so I'm not gonna force myself to make breakfast if I'm not hungry. Sometimes I wake up starving, sometimes I wake up and I'm not hungry till like 11 o'clock. It all just depends on my body and listening to it, so I'm not gonna force myself to eat if I'm not hungry, but I'm gonna wrap up everything that I have to do down here before I actually go upstairs and get ready for the day. Something that I absolutely 100% will not miss if I can help it is journaling, because that is something that I seriously want to take that is something that I want to take seriously and seriously implement into my days, because it's just so nice to see where I was at a certain point versus where I am going to be. And it's also just a really good way to get any anxiety that I have out on paper. Something that I really liked about the routine that we did yesterday was that it allowed time to let the anxious thoughts not ruminate by automatically getting up and doing something. And that's definitely something that I want to implement as well, because as soon as I allow myself even the opportunity to check socials or begin thinking about all the stuff I have to do, babe, we're gonna be in that bed for an hour. Over the past few years, I have been really intrigued and really wanting to start my self-improvement journey with a small amount of daily habits a day. And one of those things that I've been implementing every single day is journaling. I want to continue this journey with learning better habits and better self-care rituals. So if you guys have any recommendations for me, definitely let me know, because right now the highlight of my morning has easily become journaling and spending my morning within myself and in solitude, because allowing myself to take a moment of silence or moments of silence in the morning to come into the new day allows me to feel a sense of peace that I haven't felt all too often in my adult life in years. And I think for somebody who wants a lot better for themselves and knows that I am capable of so much more, this is a really good place to start this journey out. Fun fact that I feel like I should share. Everybody has bacteria on their body, good and bad. And when you sleep, you're leaving this bacteria everywhere. I found out you shouldn't make your bed as soon as you wake up, because you should really let the bed air out from all the bacteria you left in it. I think this is gonna start being one of the last steps of my routine that involve being upstairs. It allows sheets to last longer, so you don't have to wash them as often if you don't want to. I still wash mine every week and a half. Helps with freshness, helps with dinginess. You should try it out. Wait like 20 to 30 minutes after you get out the bed to make it. And I feel like it'll definitely make a difference. Don't get mad at me, but I definitely made my morning drink without you guys this morning. Sorry, I decided to make it for TikTok, but I made an apple pie latte, hot of course, because we are getting a little bit of snow today, so I thought let's be a little on theme with the weather. It was so good. Maybe another video I'll make it, but it's really sweet, and if you like apple pie, you would find this really decadent. You can follow me on TikTok if you want to see that type of thing, but now it's time for our work day. I did in fact really like the Pomodoro method that I used yesterday. I've always used it, I just always forget that I have the ability to use it. Since today is a housekeeping day, I will be using that Pomodoro method, and when I say housekeeping, I mean like editing, scheduling, responding to emails, prepping for meetings for next week. So I try not to do too much outside of my self-work on the weekends. So usually on the weekends I'll still edit and stuff like that. I try not to send emails or schedule anything on the weekends just so I'm not too into what I'm doing. Editing takes a lot of time, patience. If I can minimize that, I absolutely will. Something I did notice that I completely ignored yesterday on accident was my time block times. I didn't get the notifications for that in my calendar, and quite frankly, I don't think I'm gonna integrate that in my personal routine, just because I have like a do not disturb setting thing called lock-in. So whenever I do work comes on and I get no notifications unless it's from my team. So it's not like I can really see notifications anyways. I think morning routines are all things that we have seen people do, and there's just so many different versions of them. I think we should all focus on having them, but have a healthy relationship with them, because it's so easy to look at these grind, wake up at 5, cold plunge, shower, go for a 6-mile run, think, wow, am I truly doing enough? Even though you don't do all that, I'm telling you, you are doing more than enough. It's very hard to compare yourself to those people because their routines work for them if they do in fact do them, and you should focus on creating one that works for you. And the hardest part is figuring out what works. So I definitely recommend that you try out some viral morning routine and see what works, see what you like, see what you don't like, and build from the ground up and lay a good foundation to your day through doing that. Having a morning routine is such a good way to have a solid foundation within your day, because in a world where we never know what's coming next and the unexpected is always around the corner, it's nice to have a little bit of grasp on your own reality and have something that you can control to kind of ease that anxiety of the unknown. It also allows to provide stability within your day because you always know what's coming next. All that being said, baby, this is your sign to work on that morning routine, because if I can do it, you can definitely do it. And I'm here to say, do not expect yourself to stick to the same morning routine every single day for the rest of your life. I personally will be going through some lifestyle changes over the next few weeks and months. So this morning routine probably won't be the same one that I have for the rest of my 20s or even 30s or 40s. For right now, it is working for me, and I hope you guys also feel a little bit inspired to go ahead and start experimenting and playing with your own morning routine layout. So with all that being said, let me know down below what your ideal morning routine would be, what it looks like, what time you wake up, what tasks do you do, and what you want to get out of your morning routine. If you're interested in more lifestyle vlog content, make sure you subscribe down below, because I would love to hang out with you for the rest of 2025 while we better ourselves and become the best version of us. And with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope to see you on the next one, and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye guys.